unless you've played the game. Ugh. Shannon, do you like or have a problem with what Kayvon said?
I have a problem with him accepting responsibility. Skip Ivers was willing to give him the snow angel, even though he sacked the guy's laying right next to him, and as he's waving his arms, he's touching the guy.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know it was hurt, so I look over there, okay, I stop. I go to the sideline after I know that he's injured, and I do the Steph Curry, oh, he's asleep. So not only did you do something, you double down on it. And then you triple down on it by tweeting a video with a voiceover saying, I knocked the man out. Now, let's just say for the sake of argument, the guy stands up over DeMar Hamlin. How we react to that? He spikes the ball. Yeah, you tried to get me. But look who won. You see, you can't pick and choose when we're a brotherhood, Kayvon Thibodeaux. If we're a brotherhood, we're a brotherhood. Nobody's asking you to look down and see. But come on, bruh. Once you got to the sideline and you saw the man was injured, let it go. Nothing else. They asked you about it after the game. I did not know Nick Foles was injured. I apologize because that was not my intent to celebrate an injury. Because what you're doing is celebrating an injury. And that's not what we do. If you want to celebrate a big play, you get the quarterback down, okay, fine, celebrate. You score a touchdown, you make a game-changing play like he did, what was that, Skip? Against Washington, where he knocked the ball out of his hand, he scooped the ball up, got a touchdown. Celebrate. Jump up in the stands, I don't care. Do Uber Eats and get you a pizza on the sideline. But come on now. If we're a brotherhood and we stick together and we don't want to see anybody injured, we don't do what you did. And you don't double down and you don't triple down on it. So I gave you a reprieve because I'm going to say you didn't know because you were laying down. Although you were doing the snow angel, you hit the man 3 or 4 times. But once you got your butt up off that ground and you walked to that sideline and that man still laying on the ground, you shouldn't have did what you did. And on the top of that, when you got your butt in your car and you're driving home, you shouldn't have did what you did. So you doubled and tripled down on it. So yes, I absolutely have a problem with it. And he does know who Jeff Saturday is. You should just hope you can make 5 Pro Bowls and be a first-team All-Pro 4 times. Just hope that.
That's a good point.
Because I think a lot of these guys, you think, but, well, I don't know who he is. But that's your problem. Because you don't do your research and you don't pay homage to the guys that came before you, that made it better to help you make more money because Jeff Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, was on the committee, the Players Association committee. And he did a lot.
He did.
To try to make sure for the safety
he was front and center.
For the safety of the game and the monetary benefits that a Kayvon Thibodeaux is receiving now. Pay your respects accordingly.
Thank you for saying all of the above. He knows who Jeff Saturday is. His pride was hurt.
Yeah.
I don't like it when he tries to talk down to the media. You guys can't create a narrative because you don't know because you didn't play the game. Well, a lot of these team builders who are picking you in the draft, they didn't play the game either.
Jeff Saturday played.
He played.
He played well.
At a high level. Won a Super Bowl. Okay. I'm going to give this still very young man a small break here. He's 22 years of age. Just quickly, let's walk back through his background. He's from out here in Los Angeles. Went to Dorsey High School first and then transferred out to Oaks Christian, more of a football powerhouse out in Westlake Village.
Right.
He was voted or chosen by Gatorade as the National Defensive Player of the Year coming out of high school. He goes to Oregon and is the Pac-12 Defensive Freshman of the Year. So he's just star all the way up. And then he makes first-team All-American, and here we go. Opts out early, leaves early, and he's the 5th overall pick. I thought he might even go higher than that.
Okay.
I thought the Giants actually stole him at 5. And I do think he's got quite a future ahead of him because I'm starting to see it here of late. He's starting to flash, as you just pointed out.
Yes.
I do like his swagger. I do like his spirit, and I do like his spark. And I'm not trying to extinguish that. But he has stepped out of bounds, according to a Hall of Famer, Shannon Sharpe, 2 or 3 times, even in the last 3 days, stepping out of bounds, overstepping his boundaries, especially as a very young, still unproven player. When he talks about, here's the quote, you don't play the game for anyone to get injured. Okay.
Yeah, we got that.
You said that. Yeah, okay. But he says, I do play defense. They brought me here to be a savage.
Okay.
And to take over games, impact the game. We preach impacting the game is affecting the quarterback. That is what I'm here to do. Okay, I'll give you
All that.
impacting, affecting.
All that.
Okay, we got it.
But when the quarterback is injured, we don't celebrate
You
that.
can't celebrate that because you know what? Karma is the B word.
Right.
And you know and I know what happens in this very violent game. Karma will come back and bite you in your butt.
Skip, my grandma used to say, boy, karma and death are a lot alike.
Yep.
When you have that schedule in your appointment book, you can't reschedule. No. So when karma is for you, it's like death. You can't reschedule that appointment.
No.
So that karma is going to come now. I want you to remember what you did.
Yeah.
So when it comes back, don't be surprised. Like, why did this happen to me? What did I do?
I'm hurt. It happens.
Skip, all he had to do is say, you know what, I was wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Nick Foles was laying down. And so in my exuberance, I celebrated. Once I realized that Nick Foles, now my attention goes to him. I hope to God, I pray to God that he's okay.
Yeah.
I want him to get up off that turf. I want him to be able to go home to his wife and kids. You don't go to the sideline and do the Steph Curry.
No.
You don't go and get in your car and on your way home or at home, tweet a video which says, I knocked somebody out. That's not being sympathetic. That's not being apologetic.
With laugh, cry emoji.
Yes. Yeah, so I don't, Skip, I don't know why you're giving a 22-year-old because he had an opportunity to correct it. And then instead of correcting it, he doubles and triple downs on it. That's my problem with it. The initial act, I get it. They have it. I got a sack. Sacking the quarterback.
And it's happening. He's on the ground looking up, and it's behind him. What's happening to Nick Foles?
Right.
And initially, Nick Foles looked okay, and then he wasn't okay.
Skip. And people are like, well, act like, man, you don't score a touchdown every game. You don't score 100 touchdowns in a season. So if guys want to celebrate, let that emotion. Do you understand how many meetings these guys have gone through? How many plays, how many practices they've gone just to try to get the ball into the end zone? It's not easy.
Yep.
So I'm not trying to suppress who and what you are.
Yep.
But I'm saying understand the moment.
Yep. I believe he'll hear you because he's a smart kid. He's a chess player at a pretty high level.
Yes.
A la my guy in Dallas.
Right.
Micah is also a very good chess player. They have that in common. I'm sure Kayvon would like to start becoming what Micah has already become. But Micah has, no matter how you might criticize some of his game here of late, he has conducted himself with class from the start. Right? He handles himself the correct way in the view of a Hall of Famer. Correct?
Yeah, Skip, now you have to understand now, the Giants, that's LT. That's Michael Strahan. That's Harry Carson. They got some great defensive players that played there. And if you go, just check their resume. And look how they conducted themselves. When Lawrence Taylor snatched Joe Theismann down and broke his leg, the first thing he did, he hopped up and said, come get it. Hey, hell, he wasn't celebrating. Go look at how Stray did it. Yeah, he might did the flex, but if somebody was hurt, they didn't do that. I just believe there's a right and a wrong way because we're a brotherhood.
It's a brotherhood.
I want to get home to my family. I want you to get home to yours. But if it's something were to happen in the process of us playing the game of football, and I might be celebrating, but if I realize that there's something wrong, there's no more celebration, and there's no more celebratory act after the fact.
I hope, for his sake, lesson learned.
I hope so. I hope so. Skip, the best apology and lesson learned is change behavior. Hopefully this doesn't happen again. And then we understand that it resonated with him and he got the message.
Well, as a rookie, he's going to get to play in a playoff game. So
deserved. He played well. Not trying to take any away the guy's aggressiveness. Be who you are. But just understand there's a huge responsibility that comes along with this.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.